I have a great video for you today. In this video, I'm going to simplify your iron swing. I'm going to make it a surefire way where you can work on the body motions. And what I found is once we get the body motions, meaning the legs, the hips, the shoulders working correctly, it's very easy to add the club and then hit a golf ball and really get a very repeatable swing. So this is a little bit different video. I want to break it down step by step for you. You follow along these progressions. If you're in your living room, go ahead and grab a club, work right along these with me. We're gonna build that great repeatable body motion in the golf swing. We're gonna add the hands and arms to this. We're gonna add the club to this. And man, it's gonna get automatic when you go out there and you start hitting those iron shots. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on a lot of great content we have coming out this year. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to see the latest and greatest content. Also, click that like button, post your comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, let's lose the club to start out. And again, you're not going to get better if you just watch this video. I want you to work right along this with me. We're going to do this where I'll do a certain number of reps. I'll do about 5 to 10 reps on each one of these drills. Stand up right now, work right through them. You're going to be a lot better with your golf game. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to build the basis of what the golf swing is, which is rotation. I want to put my arms across my chest here, have my fingertips on my shoulders, and then I'm going to rotate until my left shoulder turns at least 90 degrees. So if I can imagine a pretend golf ball in front of me, I want to get my left shoulder past that, and I want to get my right shoulder past that coming through. Now you notice when I'm doing this, I have to get my feet to rotate on around. So my left foot is lifting a little bit in the backswing, my right foot is lifting a little bit in the downswing. Also, as I'm doing this, I'm staying nice and stable and centered. Again, stand up right now, work through these with me, and you're gonna get the benefit of this. It's gonna be long lasting in your golf game. So I'm staying nice and centered. What I don't wanna do is I don't wanna sway this way and sway that way. I'm feeling like my head is staying very stable. My eyes are staying very level with the ground. They're not moving around a lot as I'm coming back and through. And that's allowing me to keep my proprioception and really be consistent in the golf swing. Now, once I've done a good 5 or 10 of those, now all we're doing is instead of being level with the ground when we're swinging, in the golf swing we're tilted forward and staying in our posture. Do the same thing there. Hands across the shoulders. Let your hips drop back until I feel like I would be able to see the golf ball. My back is nice and straight as I'm doing this. Hands across the shoulders there. And now as I come to the backswing, again, I'm staying centered with my head and my shoulders. My eyes aren't moving around a ton. I'm not letting my body sway this way in the backswing or sway that way in the backswing. I'm feeling like if I had a rod sticking up through the middle of my spine, that would be nice and centered, and I'm just rotating around that. And I'm letting my shoulders rotate to that 90 degrees going back, 90 degrees coming through. Again, I have to let my feet move and pivot as I'm coming through here. I have to let my left leg, my left knee kind of come up in the backswing. I have to let my right knee pivot forward in the downswing to allow this rotation to happen. So many times I see players that get locked with their legs and they're trying to just do this, and now they have no range of motion, and they tell me, oh man, I'm just too tight to do this. I can't get the full turn like you're talking about. Well, that starts from the ground. If I use my legs, now I can get that turn coming back. I can get that turn coming through. If I don't use my legs, now I'm just all shoulders and I'm very tight and locked up. So go ahead and get in a good number of these. Again, we're tilted forward, staying in our posture. Same thing if I had that spine sticking straight up and down, a rod sticking down my spine. If you're looking from down the line view, you're gonna notice my spine is tilted forward and I'm staying in that posture back and through. I'm not coming up out of my posture and doing a lot of this stuff. That's gonna add a lot of inconsistency to your golf game. I'm staying consistent as I go back, consistent as I go through. Now it's time to add the hands and arms to this. So a great way to feel like you're opening your body and really getting this great rotation is what I call lawnmower drill. So again, imagine I'm swinging level with the ground, rotating my body. In the golf swing, we're tilted forward. That's what we just did. I want you to put your hands in front of me, staying in this posture. And as I stay in my posture tilted forward, I'm gonna grab that lawnmower and I'm gonna feel like I'm starting the lawnmower with my right hand. I'm gonna pull that back up as far as I can go. Again, my spine is staying in its angle as I do this. My chest is opening up as far as I can get it to open. And then once I get my hand all the way past my chest, then I'm gonna let my arm open up to the sky as I'm doing that. So if you feel like you really open up to the sky, you're gonna let your shoulder come back as far as you can. That's gonna help you to open up in the backswing. That gets a lot more power. So let's go ahead and do that again. Pull up to my chest, let my chest open up, and then from there, I'm gonna let my arm come back down, clap with my left hand, and then from there, I'm gonna take that lawnmower with my left hand, open up my chest, come all the way through to the finish. That's really gonna help you to open up coming on through. So again, 2 key checkpoints there. Number 1, I wanna keep my posture tilted forward. I don't wanna be standing up and standing down. I'm rotating back and I'm rotating through. Number 2, I don't want my head to be shifting around all over the place. I'm gonna let that lawnmower open up. I'm gonna come down to contact. I'm gonna let that lawnmower open up coming through here, but I'm not moving this way and moving that way. My head is staying nice and stable as I'm doing that, coming back and through. Get in a good 5 or 10 reps of that before we move on to the next piece. Now that we've gotten used to the rotation, let's go ahead and get our arms out to our side. And let's imagine that our arms are rotating on a plane of glass. Again, if I'm coming level with the ground, you can imagine this plane of glass level with the surface of the ground here. Now as I tilt forward in my golf swing, now all of a sudden this plane of glass is going to be tilted down. Imagine your imaginary golf ball you're going to be hitting here, and I want this plane of glass to be going through that golf ball up through my shoulders, and I'm just going to practice rotating back and through. Again, I'm not getting a huge amount of slide to the back, slide this way. I'm not going to be leaning this way and leaning back. My spine is staying nice and centered. As I make my backswing though, I do want to get a little bit of a weight shift. As you come to the top of the backswing and you rotate those hands back, feel like a weight goes to the inside of your right foot. As you come down, feel like the weight gets centered over your left foot as you're doing this. So again, I'm going right foot and left foot, right foot and left foot. Again, let those legs lift up a little bit as I'm doing this. Let those arms rotate as far as you can go, your full range of motion there. As I'm coming back and through, I'm really ingraining what I'm doing with my body here so I can be consistent throughout the golf swing. Now let's add what the hands and arms are going to be doing. In the backswing, my hands and arms are going to be opening up. So if I put my hands in front, imagine I'm turning a doorknob to the right, or my hands are going this way. So coming in the downswing, my hands are going to be turning to the left. So again, I'm going to set up here. As I go to the backswing, my right hand is going to open up. As I come to the downswing, my hands are going to close down, what would be forward shaft lean, and then they're going to rotate on through to the left. So I'm getting a little bit of this action, right wrist back, left wrist bowed as I'm coming down. So there, that's that forward shaft lean, and then I'm coming on through to the finish. Again, rotate open and going back with the hands and arms, square up that club face, come all the way on through to the finish there. Let's go ahead and go from the beginning, rotate open, square the club face up, and then rotate on through to the finish. Get those in, now we're ready to add the club to the mix. So the first drill we're going to do here is simply do the same thing with the club. As I come in the backswing, my club is going to open up. I'm going to square the face as I come down, get forward shaft lean, and then I'm going to let the face release or turn on over as I come on through. So let's go ahead and get in our posture again. Same body motions we're doing here. Same arm motions we were doing before. Really rotate back to the top. As I come down, let that club come down that plane of glass again and let the face start to square up. So I'm letting my left wrist kind of bow. Imagine I'm turning this golf club this way. So I'm turning that face down. My right hand's coming on top, squaring up the face, and then I'm releasing that club as I come on through. Again, I'm just staying in my posture. I'm not coming to a complete finish here. All the way to the back, square the face up. It'd be nice impact position with my hands in front, and then I'm coming on through, staying in posture. Let's do a good 4 or 5 of those. Full turn back, square the face up, stay in your posture. One more time now. Square the face up, let my hips open on up as I'm doing this. Stay in my posture as I'm coming on through. Feel like my weight goes to my right foot, squares up, impact, weight's on my left foot as I'm coming on around. Now let's finish the swing. Let's take out the pauses in this and hold our finish for a good 3 seconds. Good turn coming back, square up the face, and now I'm going to hold this finish staring at the target for 3 seconds. My belt buckle is facing the target. My shirt buttons are actually facing to the left of the target if I can get them to go that far. My right toe is completely on the ground, or my right foot is completely off the ground, just my toe is touching, and I feel like I'm completely balanced as I'm holding my finish. I want to pause for 3 seconds, that way I make sure I'm staying in my balance. If I'm moving around, I'm kind of swaying and falling around, I'm going to have a hard time holding that finish. Let your weight shift right, shift to the left, and then we're gonna hold that finish for 3 seconds. That way we ensure that we're in control in our golf swing. As long as we make that good turn going back and through, this is gonna be easy to do and still get some power. Now as you hold that finish, you don't have to hold your arms like this. You can let your arms relax. But again, my toe doesn't rotate all the way around. That allows my hips to rotate, allows my shoulders to rotate. My chest and my head is nice and high facing the target, and I'm gonna hold it after every single shot. Now let's add ground contact to this, which can be very tricky for a lot of players. All right, so let's grab some, what this is Dr. Scholl's Odor X foot spray powder. The cool thing about this is I can draw a line on this. It's just regular old foot spray powder you can get on Amazon for a couple bucks a piece. I'll go ahead and show you the can there, in case you guys are interested. So it's Dr. Scholl's Odor X foot spray. This one makes a pretty good line on the ground or on your club face. You can use it for a lot of different drills. But here, I'm just gonna spray a line flat on the ground here. And this is gonna give me a good reference for where I'm hitting the turf at. So I'll put it on there kind of thick, so hopefully you guys can see this in the camera today. And that's gonna give me a reference of, am I hitting in front of this line or am I hitting behind this line? So this is really good with this. Now, when I'm doing this, to start out, I'm gonna put a tee in the ground. Right on that line. I'm gonna let it stick up about a 1/2 inch. And then I'm gonna put one tee in front of that, about 6 inches. Again, I'm gonna let it stick up a 1/2 inch. If we're a little bit more advanced, maybe we'll stick it up a 1/4 inch off the ground, but this is perfect for you here. So as I go back and through, again, same key checkpoints. Finish my backswing, square up the face, rotate all the way on through. The only thing is I wanna clip both of those tees. So I get a great feel for, on that one, I just made an easy practice swing. I didn't clip both those tees. It's not gonna be very realistic. I wanna go ahead and clip both of those, just like I'd be hitting a golf ball here. So as I go back and through, again, no pauses, but I clip both of those. So I know I hit the one that was on the line and I hit the one in front of the line. So I'll spare you setting these tees up in the ground. If you're doing this from your living room, you have a little bit of a mat there. You can go ahead and just pay attention to where your club brushes the mat. If you're on a driving range, this is perfect for you. So again, go to the top, good full finish. Hold your finish for 3 seconds. Even if you're in your living room, hold your finish for 3 seconds so that you know you're in balance. Let's do that again. Good full turn. As I'm coming down, I'm squaring up that club face with some forward shaft lean. So again, I'm turning my hands down to square that club face up. And then I'm holding my finish again for 3 seconds. You'll see how that divot is happening in front of that line. So now I know that I'm in a good full finish position. That's allowing me to shift my weight forward, hit in front of the golf ball. Again, 5 or 10 of those. If you don't feel like you're comfortable, keep on hitting until you get comfortable with it. When we go out to the golf course now, let's grab a couple golf balls. And what I'm gonna do is set those up on this line, just in front of that line. I'm gonna work on these same things with my golf swing. And what we're gonna notice is it makes it way easier to get that divot in front. As I eliminate, because I worked on my body positions, as I eliminate a lot of this swaying back and swaying through, my ground contact gets a lot more consistent. As I stay more centered, it's much easier to hit that golf ball. As I make sure that I finish my swing and stay balanced on my left leg, that helps me get that divot down and through this golf ball. As I let my hands square up, so we talked about bowing that wrist, cupping this right wrist, that's gonna help me to get that forward shaft lean and really compress this golf ball. So again here, all these same key checkpoints. Getting my posture, hinging forward, making a good full turn back and through, and then I'm just gonna hit this divot in front of this line and hold my finish. There we go, right toward the left center of the green. Again, I'm gonna hold my finish until the golf ball lands as I'm coming through here. If you can't hold the finish until the ball lands, that's telling me that I'm probably moving too much in the swing. Go back to those drills where we stay centered and rotate back and through. So we'll see the divot was in front of that line. That's very good. I'll go to the next one. Again, on this one, I really want to pay attention to my finish. I want to stay completely in balance as I come to the end of the swing. Again, to the left center of the green. Hit that one very nice. Again, I can stay level with my head, level with my shoulders, level with my hips. Everything's facing the target, and I can finish the swing. Again, my divot was in front. That's telling me that I finished my swing nicely, that I shifted my weight to the left very nicely, and I didn't have a lot of extra movement in the golf swing. One last one here. I want to make sure that I finish my back swing on this one. Coming all the way back, coming all the way through, right toward the center of the green. Again, I can relax my arms, but I want to stay facing the target until my ball lands. So follow those drills. You're going to get way more consistent. The golf swing is going to be a lot simpler. Now, one of the things I mentioned in this video is in the downswing, we're going to square up that face, rotate those hands. That's what I call the move in the top speed golf system. It's actually two pieces. The first piece is shallowing out this golf club to get it into the slot. That's going to allow the club to be delivered into the ball squarely every single time. And the second piece, like I talked about, is squaring up that club face. When we put both of those together, golf gets a lot easier. So I have a great bonus for you. We've built this great golf swing where now my body's staying centered, I'm rotating back and through, I'm really getting a lot of good shots, I'm hitting my divot in front, but we gotta square up that face early. And I have a great video on this called the tennis racket drill. I'm gonna play a preview of that here in a second. Click the iCard that pops up on your screen or the link down below in the description. You'll learn how to shallow out that club, square up that face. When you pair that up with what we talked about here today, man, golf is gonna get simple. You're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna hit a lot of good shots. I'll see you in the move section and the tennis racket drill. Player problems. We're gonna talk about shallowing that club shaft out as we're starting down, as we're doing this rotating of the face that we worked on in the last video. As we start this downswing, what you'll see with basically all of the top players is instead of coming kind of over the top and letting the hands come out away from their body, letting the club come out away from their body, again coming down steep into the ball and then having to open up, kind of fillet open the face and add loft to it. The flattening of the shaft should happen as soon as we start down. So as we start this downswing, what we want to have happening here, you can imagine that if I draw a line from the hosel of my club up through my right elbow, that's my swing plane line, my elbow plane. As I go to the top of the swing, I'm going to be slightly above that. And then as I start down, I want my hands to start to shallow out. I want the club to shallow out inside of this elbow plane. And at the same time,